In today's video, we look at the 10 best cult documentaries. Cults have always been a fascinating subject for people around the world. They intrigue us with their bizarre beliefs, practices, and rituals. Documentaries have been made on this subject since the early years of cinema. But what makes these documentaries so captivating is their in-depth investigative approach that uncovers the darkest secrets of cults. And that's why today, we present you with the 10 best cult documentaries you must watch. If you like our videos, support us with a thumbs up, subscribe to Factual America, activate the little bell, and look forward to the videos we upload for you every week. First up is Wild Wild Country, 2018. Wild Wild Country explores the rise and fall of a cult called Rajneeshpuram, led by an Indian mystic named Bhagwan Shree Rajneesh. The documentary showcases the lengths to which the cult went to establish a utopian society in rural Oregon in the 1980s. From poisoning local officials to building a city from scratch, Wild Wild Country demonstrates how cults can become dangerous and threatening to society. The documentary covers their arrival, establishment of a 64,000-acre ranch, their conflicts with the local residents, and their ultimate downfall. With interviews of former followers and never-before-seen footage, there are numerous twists and turns that prove to be eye-opening and utterly gripping. The series offers a rich and multi-layered account of the events that unfolded over 4 years in the early 1980s. Next up is Going Clear, Scientology and the Prison of Belief, 2015. This documentary exposes the controversial and secretive nature of Scientology. It offers a historical perspective on the origins and development of the religion and delves deep into the lives of its most prominent members. Going Clear, Scientology and the Prison of Belief is an investigative documentary that looks into Scientology. It uncovers its litigious nature, delving into the stories of people who have managed to leave the organization after years of indoctrination. The documentary also shines a light on the church's mistreatment of former members and its widespread abuse. Our number 3 is Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey, 2022. Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey is a Netflix docuseries that explores the horrific story of Warren Jeffs and his ascent in the Fundamentalist Church of Christ of Latter-day Saints, or FLDS, an offshoot of the mainstream Mormon Church. FLDS followers practice polygamy and appoint women husbands to the prophet, in this case Warren Jeffs, by divine revelation. Under Jeffs' leadership, the church devolved into a cult, and its actions raised worries among outsiders about underage marriage and statutory rape. Yet no one was prepared for the horrible crimes committed by Warren Jeffs, who, despite being in prison, still remained the FLDS prophet. The docuseries is filmed and produced by Emmy-winning director Rachel Dretson. JONESTOWN, The Life and Death of People's Temple, 2006, chronicles the life of Jim Jones, the founder of People's Temple, and his tragic end involving the mass murder-suicide of over 900 followers in Guyana, South America. The documentary takes viewers on a visual and emotional journey, exploring the events and circumstances leading up to the tragedy. It highlights the susceptibility of many individuals to cults, leaving viewers pondering how such a tragedy could occur. At number 5, we have The Vow, 2020. The Vow is a 2020 HBO documentary series that explores the cult-like organization known as NXIVM. The group was led by Keith Raniere, a self-proclaimed guru who promised to help his followers achieve enlightenment. The Vow delves into the inner workings of the organization, detailing the grooming techniques used by Raniere and his enablers. The series features former members who describe the emotional, physical, and sexual abuse they suffered while under Raniere's control. The documentary is a meticulous and compelling examination of a contemporary cult. Here we have Holy Hell, 2016. This is a gripping tale of an unsuspecting group of people who joined a spiritual community in California that later turned out to be a cult led by a charismatic yet manipulative leader. Holy Hell is a documentary that exposes the Buddha field, a spiritual group led by a charismatic yoga instructor, Michel Rostand, who went by the name of The Teacher. The documentary follows his 22-year-long journey leading his followers and shows the emotional and mental abuse he inflicted on them. The film unpacks cult mentality and showcases how individuals can be drawn into the group dynamic and be taken advantage of through the use of manipulation and deceit. Cults and Extreme Belief, 2018, is a gripping series that investigates the world of cults and takes viewers deep into the twisted minds of cult leaders and their followers. Cults and Extreme Belief is an American documentary television series that examines different cults within North America. The series features first-hand accounts of individuals who have been involved with these cults, discussing how they managed to break free from the group. It explores the extreme beliefs of these groups, as well as their practices and the hold they have over their followers. Heaven's Gate: The Cult of Cults, 2020, is a 4-part American documentary miniseries, and it revolves around the religious group Heaven's Gate and its leader, Marshall Applewhite. Former members and their loved ones have been interviewed for the series. It includes never-before-seen footage of the cult. This documentary takes an in-depth look at the infamous UFO cult, from its imagining in 1975 to the largest suicide on U.S. soil in 1997. Next up is The Source Family, 2012. This film captures the arrival of the New Age revolution in the form of cult residents in Los Angeles who ran a popular health food restaurant and practiced sex, psychedelic drugs, and meditation. The time they spent active is recreated with archival material and the interviews with participants. This feature documentary film is set in the Hollywood Hills and takes a look into this radical experiment in 70s utopian living. The Source family were once considered the darlings of the Sunset Strip. However, that was until they caused issues for the local authorities. They later fled to Hawaii, and it resulted in their premature end. At number 10, we have The Keepers, 2017. The Keepers is a heart-wrenching documentary that follows the story of Sister Kathy Sesnick, a beloved nun who was murdered in 1969. The production sheds light on the decades-old mystery that unravels the horrific crimes committed by the Keepers cult within the Catholic Archdiocese of Baltimore. The documentary explores the story of the brave victims who come forward despite the deep-seated fear and trauma inflicted upon them. It delves into the devastating story of the Keepers cult and sheds light on the haunting secrets that prevailed for years. In summary, these 10 cult documentaries offer a compelling and thought-provoking glimpse into the world of cults. They shed light on the cult leaders' charismatic nature, twisted beliefs, and wrongful acts committed by them and their followers. By watching these documentaries, we can learn a great deal about the dangers of blindly following charismatic leaders and the importance of being informed and cautious of the groups we associate ourselves with. So let's explore this fascinating world and discover why cults have such a powerful appeal for many.